Good afternoon, good morning, good day, good evening. We appreciate you for hanging out with us anytime that you can, whenever you check this recording. It's another episode of the Real Estate Experience. I'm Travon Smith. Like I said, it's not about me, it's all about our guest. And today we have Alysia Caldwell, correct?
Yes.
Alysia Caldwell. I got the first part right. Um, she's been in real estate. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. I know I caught her. She's on the way to an open house. We appreciate anybody that gets a chance to stop by because we understand that real estate. It's a busy. It's definitely a busy career. Alicia, how you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
No, it's definitely a pleasure. So, like I always like to ask, and it might be cliche, but like, how'd you get into real estate? What were some things that kind of drove you towards that way? Because I like to just hear the background story because it's different for a lot of us.
Yes, of course. So I got into real estate. So I've only been licensed about 4.5 months now. I decided to get into it. I've been in corporate America for about 12 years. Well, for longer than 12 years,
Yeah.
but I've been at my same job for about 12 years now.
Okay.
And I'm looking for something different. I'm looking to be able to take all of the efforts that I put into someone else's business and put it into mine.
Hmm.
And the sky is the limit, with
Yeah.
entrepreneurship and real estate. Whereas corporate America is political. I mean, it's politics everywhere, but at least here, the amount of effort that I put in, nobody can dictate that. Nobody can, you know what I mean? It's going to show. Whatever I put out is going to show because no one can control that aspect of how much I make or, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted. I wanted a change. And I was comfortable at first. And
Mhm.
then I had my daughter. I got uncomfortable. I'm like, oh, I need more. I got to do more. My job now, it's like it's good money. It's comfortable for me as a single woman. But once I got married and had a kid, I'm like, okay, no, I gotta get uncomfortable and do things that, I was putting off before.
And that sounds like some similarities of why I got into real estate. Like I said, it's all about you guys, but our similarities are pretty similar. I had a good job, like yourself in corporate America. I worked in radio, so this is what I try to bring to the platform. But there's still ceilings in corporate America. Like people tell you what you're worth, people tell you your value. So that's why I was like, well,
Okay.
look, if I'm gonna go out here and do what I do, then I'm at least put the pressure on myself.
Exactly.
So well, welcome to the real estate world. It
Thank you.
doesn't like I've met people. It doesn't matter if it's 20 years, 4 months or whatnot. We all go through the same things. What are some things that you're going through right now that's positive that you like stepping into the real estate world?
Well, from a personal perspective, it's bringing me out my shell.
Mhm.
I I'm one of those I'm one of those people that's introverted around people that I don't know, and then the people that I do know, I get a little bit more comfortable. Right? They see
Yeah.
the other side of me. But being a real estate agent, it puts me in front of people
Yeah.
all day, every day. I need to be in front of people in order to make a difference, in order to make a difference in my life, in order to make a difference in someone else's life. Um, and that's like that's who I am. I've helped people mostly, family and friends in all aspects. You know what I mean? I'm always helping somebody, but you know, now I get to help somebody make a dream come true. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And so I like that. I like that being able to directly help somebody and then see the difference. You know what I mean? And so I like that. I like that I'm coming out of my shell more. And I'm learning a lot, and I'm being surrounded by people who I admire, who, one day I'm like, oh, I want to be there. And, the more you surround yourself with those people, you're gonna learn something,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And so um like I said, in corporate America, it's kind of like the same thing every day. With real estate, it's something different. So that's another thing. You never know what to expect. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Now I'm gonna ask you something I had to ask myself.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that are learning lessons right now? I don't want to say as difficult, but learning lessons. For example, for me, it was the little things like door knocking and things like that. I'm not a person who, me coming from the background I came from, I'm not a person who feel like I should have to go knock on doors or do cold calls. But now, be honest, I actually like it. So, I had to cross over a little bit. So, what are some things that you have to learn to step out of your shell? Besides what we just talked about that are uncomfortable right now, or you're still learning as a new real estate agent.
I think the first thing I'll have to put out there is social media,
Mm,
because social media is such a big part of our lives right now. And I'm 33. So, I mean, I got to see the best of both worlds, right? I got to see what it was like before the internet became a major part of our life. And now I get to, I'm still young enough to be able to like grasp what's really going on, right? And as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm a bit of an introvert. So going on social media, and I'm a very supportive person. So sometimes I'm like, dang, I talk to everybody. I'm messaging everybody. I'm commenting, oh, that's not, I'm throwing out,
mm,
bigging up people and everything. But now I got to get on camera because, like I said, with real estate, you have to be in front of people. You
mm,
have to be memorable, because it's so many realtors. So what makes you different, right? So with social media and the demand, they want us to do reels now.
mm,
You got the TikToks on, and people are even becoming they're showing their acting skills, so to
mm.
speak. And so that was a challenge for me. I'm actually proud of myself because I'm doing it. But like I mentioned before, having my daughter, it changed everything for me. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
as scared as I am, I have to make a
Yeah,
difference.
we
Like now.
you know from backgrounds. We all come from different kind of backgrounds, and it's the apply pressure method. It's the plant your seeds method. It's the to like put all the pressure on you method. So believe me, I've learned. I'm still learning. You'll go through the same process I went through. I'm going through some of the process that you're going through. It doesn't matter. It's just we're all here to help each other because we all know what everybody goes through. That's why like we have people on here that's done real estate for 20 years, and I like talking to new real estate agents because I like to see what you're learning because you might pick up something faster
Mhm.
than I pick up, and and believe it or not, this show is teaching some other people some things. Like, oh, because some people feel like they've been doing the real estate for 20 years. I don't do social media. Oh no, you have to find the yin and the yang in things if I'm correct.
Exactly.
Um,
And I'm learning that because I'm one of those people that want to be prepared all the time. But, it's like if you're going to get that content out, sometimes it ain't going to look the way you want. Sometimes you're not going to be all ready, so to speak, right? Or dolled
yeah,
up or anything. Sometimes you just have to go and make that video because people get to see who you really are. You know what I mean? And they get to put themselves in your shoes and be like, oh, I could do that too. Or I'm able to relate to her. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So yeah, it changed things for me in that perspective. And then, when I go and show homes to people or I record my videos, and getting a listing and I have to be in front of the camera, I could be more comfortable, because I've had so much practice. And it's like, it's hard getting on live on Instagram, but most 9 times out of 10, you're by yourself. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Whereas when you go out in the field and you're showing homes, you're actually in front of people and talking to people. And so you get that practice. So it's a good practice, and it's nerve wracking at first, but like I said, I'm proud of myself because I see myself coming out of my shell, and I'm even getting feedback like, wow, so
yeah.
I had to learn that. I had to learn that I got to put that aside. And another thing was, I used to be thinking like, oh, I probably getting on people's nerves with what I'm posting. And I'm learning,
No, don't worry about it.
yeah, whoever the message is for, they're gonna receive it. And for the people that it's not for, they'll bypass it. If they unfollow you, those ain't your people anyway. Because we out here everybody's trying to out here trying to succeed and get it one way or another. So I gotta
Okay.
do what I do.
That's good information, because I feel a lot of us feel like I said, coming from my background, most of the things I posted was entertainment and things like that. So I found a soft spot to where I started slowly introducing everybody in my world to real estate. And now I feel like I can, do whatever I want to do as far as real estate, and I've kind of earned their respect. I want to talk to you a little bit about because I know you have an open house later on. Or is it a sale or a purchase that you're working on?
So this is actually so one of the ways that real estate states can generate leads or at least get out in front
Yeah,
of people is doing open houses. So this particular open house is not my listing.
I got you.
Yeah, so this is a realtor that I met,
Mhm.
and he was nice enough to allow me to hold his listing, and it's a benefit for the both of us because if I procure a buyer, boom, he sold his house, his listing, you know what I mean, and then I get paid from the buyer's agent side. So yeah, this is another agent's listing.
Okay,
I'm gonna hold open and yes, make
I
a
got
deal
you.
with you.
So my question, you represent the buyers. What are you telling buyers right now during the market? As far as because once again, it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
It's the seller's market still, but it's slowing down to where it's more comfortable for buyers, and eventually, hopefully, it hits a buyer's market for some of us because I plan on purchasing again as well. So, what are you telling your buyers right now?
I'm telling buyers, I'm being honest because I've been on the buyer side. So I have that experience. And so I'm just letting people know, and it's the honest answer. Don't allow people to force you to do something that you feel like you're not ready. I think that most people, if knowledgeable, if you get the knowledge, because that's important too, if you speak with the right people, a real estate professional, a lender, because you'll be surprised sometimes what you might actually qualify for. However, what you qualify for may not be what you're comfortable for. So I'm being honest. I want people to feel comfortable. I've heard a lot of people say, I'm nervous with sharing my financial information, or I'm nervous that
Yeah,
somebody's going to judge me because maybe I don't make enough, and I want people to feel comfortable with me. So I'm letting people know, you'll know when it's when you feel like it's right. And if you have questions, then reach out to professionals so that we can provide you with the knowledge that you need so you can make a sound judgment for yourself and your family. I know there's a lot of fear going on with the market. People are like, recessions or is it going to crash, so to speak. And I'm letting people know, the experts say, there are people who this is what they do. They're reading the charts and they've been following this stuff for years. And, I'm letting them know what the specialists are saying. They're researching and they don't believe it's going to be a crash. At the end of the day, whether there is a crash, houses are going to appreciate. You're
yeah,
going to, what I mean? You just like the stock market, you're going to lose it, but don't pay attention to that because the sun will shine again, right? And then prices will jump back up. And as you can see, living in California, like the appreciation is crazy.
yeah,
So it's a lot of money to be made. And I do believe that and I'm speaking from, like I said, me being on the buyer side of things, I was scared. And we're going to be scared because it's one of the biggest transactions you'll probably ever make in your life, right? And it's okay to be scared, but don't let the fear stop you from doing something that could potentially change, what could be generational wealth for you and your family to come. So yeah,
and it's the first step. I just
yes,
went to a seminar the other night with Tony Robinson, and they said in
not
2020 he only had two homes,
wow,
so now he has 26. We're just talking 2 years ago. So don't let
right,
people deter your message, your plans in life. You go out there and you do it, and that's our job as realtors. Like, hey, it's gonna be a little risky. And I heard you say you're a buyer as well, so I know that helps. And in the breakdown, as
yeah,
far as talking to your buyers.
right,
So, but like I told you, remember I told you I said it's gonna go by quick. It's 15 minutes. I know it's all about you. It's definitely somebody I want to come back and check in with you and
okay.
find out how you've been doing, in some months or whatnot. But where can people find out more about you, whether it's a website, Instagram, anything? Go ahead and give me your information, email, phone number, whatever you feel comfortable with giving. In what areas do you work?
Okay, so I'm working in Los Angeles and surrounding areas of, LA County. I go to Riverside, I go to Lancaster, I'll do, Valley, things that nature. And you can find me, my Instagram right now, my handle that I'm using is sweet. So SWEET underscore Ali, ALY. Okay. And then my phone number is 424 209
Mhm.
9772.
Okay. Alysia Caldwell, she's been doing real estate for 4 months. Like I said, hey, the real estate experience with Travon Smith is not about me. It's about, the real estate.